Hey, hold on real quick. Hold on. Pause.
Joc, I know you were you're one of the few people defending Kanye right now. Not that I'm not anti-Kanye. Kanye's my dude. You know, I get it. Like, I'm a big fan of his music. I'm a big fan of his whole production. I get, you know, some of the complex with, you know, not really knowing how to express what you're trying to say. And I get there's a lot of complexities to him. So I empathize with that. But, you know, he has his moments where he goes off the rails. And I don't know, the latest, I'll let you jump into it.
Before I jump in, I just want to say this. Break Records and Louis, ate breakfast at Gucci. My girl superstar from my home movie.
That's my favorite Kanye verse.
That's my favorite Kanye verse. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Yeezy has taught us all, like all of us. He's taught you, Chance. He's taught you, Mike, and you, Gary.
Yeah.
In some way. Nah, listen, like,
you're right though.
Yeezy taught us.
In some shape or form. So, like, my thing is, like, I get it. You know, he says like a lot of stuff that's like out there. You know, especially like when you're running for president, you got to kind of like watch what you're saying because you're on like a bigger scale. But something I always respect about Kanye, man, like he's just saying how you feel, man. He ain't went to Cosby's. He ain't go to Hillman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, listen. He's just like speaking like how, you know what I'm saying, like he's not being fake, and that's one thing I love. Like, he just, even though it doesn't make sense sometimes or we don't agree with it, he just like in his mind, you know, and like you got to respect that. And I think we live in a culture now where we're so quick to like, you know, name call or like drag somebody and cancel and all that versus like trying to do something positive. You know what I mean? Like trying to like reach out to people that can reach out to him, or like, I don't know, you know, just doing something to where it can actually be like helpful instead of like going in on them. Especially as like a black people, we gotta get better about that, man. You know, just like real talk. We gotta talk to each other, you know, have open dialogue, like I was telling y'all. You sit down, have a conversation or converse, see like, okay, like let me understand like where you're actually coming from, try to, and vice versa. Have respect, you know, just like that. Cause that's how, like, that one guy, but the one dude that was like friends with like the Grand Dragon from the Clan. I don't know if I remember that. Like, it's one dude that once he hated black people, you know. She just like kind of like spoke about stuff that he's passionate about, like why he doesn't like blacks and all that. The black dude didn't agree with it, of course, you know, but like heard him and then let him know like he corrected him on a lot of stuff that was wrong. And then over time, the dude kind of like realized, okay, like my way of thinking was actually wrong like, all this time. Like after me being friends with this dude for like 5 years or so now, and he actually ended up like quitting the Klan. You know,
you're referring to
like,
Daryl Davis?
Know, like the power of yes, Daryl Davis, yeah. Mm-hmm. So the power of just like conversation and conversing with people like goes deep. If you really just sit down and just listen with open mind, you know, you don't have to agree with it once again, but just like listen and like let that person get their like thoughts out and then like respond if that makes sense. So that's my thoughts, man. So with Kanye and stuff, you know, I'm glad that Dave Chappelle, you know, he's a real one. You know, shout out to Dave for like flying out to go, you know, check on him with other people to make sure like he's good, you know. And so like we gotta do more shit like that, man. Because like once again, we're all dealing with demons and stuff that we go through on a daily, you know. So can you imagine like dealing with stuff on a grander scale? You know, most people can't handle
everybody watching.
So that's what I'm saying. Everybody's watching you, especially with a Kardashian. You know, the whole family is just, it's always the media, it's always cameras and all that around, you know. But one thing too I want to say too, I think that
I was gonna say, let's revisit like the last couple of steps, last couple of events in his life, just to kind of put him in sequence. You know, you've got November is when he's doing, you know, Lakewood, Sunday service, you know, really pushing that. Then, you know, you go to the New Year, he comes out with Wash Us in the Blood. You've got, you know, announcement that he's running for president. Then he has the South Carolina rally. So that's the first, kind of thing that triggered the last couple of days and why he's in the headlines right now. He kind of just went on a couple of different rants. So I'll read some of this, and if you could watch the video, it's pretty out there. So he was describing the moment that Kim found out she was expecting their first child. He said, in the Bible, it says, "Thou shalt not kill." I remember that my girlfriend called me screaming and crying. I was just thinking, because at that time I was a rapper, I was out there, had different girlfriends, everything. She said, "I'm pregnant." I said, "Yes." And then I said, "Uh-oh." She was crying, and for 1 month or 2 months, 3 months, we talked about not having this child. She had the pills in her hand. West continued. Then he recalled sitting in a Paris apartment where he said he had a revelation from God to keep the child. I'm in the apartment where my wife was actually robbed, and I have my laptop up and all my creative ideas. I got my shoes, my next song cover. The screen went black and white. God said, "If you fuck with my vision, I'm going to fuck with yours." And I called my wife, and she said, "We're going to have this baby." And I said, "We're going to have this child." So that's some of like what he was talking about. And if I can find the video, you see the dude when he says that. He's like, "What?" The guy in the background.
Yeah, and my thing too about that, man, I actually watched the whole interview. And I suggest that to people. Like, you always see little clips. They're always going to show like the worst of the worst, just so people can like continue their narrative or like drag people, whatever, just like whatever message they have. But don't always just look at shit blindly. Watch the whole video and then take like your own thought process about stuff. Don't just like a monkey see, monkey do, like type mentality, That's just how I feel about it. That goes back to what I was saying earlier, like you don't have to agree with it. Just because you don't agree with somebody, expect them or like talk reckless,
Well, I found some video footage so we can kind of go through it. Chance, I know you got more of a blunt take on the other side of the spectrum.
Oh,
So
no,
on
I'm
this
waiting for you guys to
plays,
finish.
feel free to kind of talk over it.
No, I want to let this shit play.
All right.
And also, guys, if you're listening, go to our YouTube so you can see some of these videos and stuff that we're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching, make sure you check out on if you're listening, watch on YouTube to follow along.
Yeah.
Be right back.
At the end of the year, they give out awards for people who have given out the most medication. In Europe, there's a higher threshold for pain. I got plastic surgery to try to look young and try to look like I needed to be on TV out in Los Angeles. You heard a small clip of that on TMZ. After getting the plastic surgery, that was a slippery slope to being addicted to Percocets. Percocets release serotonin and endorphins in your mind that are similar to when you have an orgasm and are also a cousin and a sister of heroin. So basically, some could say I was addicted to a smaller form of heroin. And I would live in this McMansion, in this gated community with my Maybach, and I would drive to Calabasas, high as a mother. That's the one that my dad is sitting at home waiting for Fox.
We don't have to play the whole entire thing.
I think Mike walked away.
Yeah, I think, so we can get, so we can like, rest of y'all can just go like watch it.
All right, yeah, y'all can watch this shit. It'll play.
But one more thing
it's just gonna play for fucking 5 more minutes, Mike.
Right.
Turn it off.
But one more thing I want to say, man, like real quick, one more thing I want to say. I don't know, man. I feel like, like you said, Mike, and I wanted to touch on this too. A lot of times, I think there's an organization, like with stuff that Kanye's saying, so it's not like a good flow with things sometimes. It's kind of like this going from like one topic to another topic to another topic. And I don't know, man, I really just think that he misses his mom. Like, if I'm being serious, like, he misses his mom because that was that one person that can, like, sit him down and, like, talk to him and, like, where he can, like, hey, like, try to get his thoughts out. And then, that's that one person that could correct him where he, like, respect, like, all right, like, I hear what you're saying. Let me think about this, like, another way, Because his mom's birthday was, like, not too long ago. once again, man, we don't have to agree with it. We don't have to uphold people, but you don't know what people are going through. You know what I'm saying? Like just because he was a mama's boy and I'm a mama's boy, so I can imagine like losing my mom, somebody that's like close to me, and I don't have anybody that close that can like understand me like that anymore. So of course you're gonna like be like, you're gonna be different. You're not gonna be the same anymore. And then it's other conspiracies about the whole MK Ultra, but I don't even want to get to that shit. But yeah, man. It's just,
but we should in a future episode though.
Yeah, with the whole shock treatment. But my thing is just don't be so quick, man, to be negative. You know what I mean? Just think of the bigger picture. You don't have to agree with it once again. And I keep saying that, but just think of the bigger picture, people.
So I should add, that wasn't the end of it. He did have the tweet outburst.
Oh my God. Please cover that. Go over all this shit before I get started.
All right. So he had the Twitter outburst where he was basically okay, here we go. He tweeted a couple of things that were just kind of out there. He had something that said, and now I can't find it. He tweeted a bunch of shit last night, period. But then he also had a lot of stuff that he deleted after he tweeted. And it was something to the effect of, Playboy and Kris Jenner.
He said Get Out was made about him.
What?
So here's
honestly, let me real quick, bro. Like, we all know that too. Like, we all know that, like, as soon as you saw that movie, everybody always, Kanye. Everybody said that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not really like.
Yeah. He said Get Out was about me. And look, here's what you said when Dave Chappelle went out there and.
Yeah, and that's very real to Dave, man. That's why he's my favorite comedian, bro. Dave is like a real ass person, man. Like, I respect the fuck out of him. He have to do that. Like, none of them did. And most people don't do that. It's whatever, he just being Kanye, like, he'll be fine. But nah, nigga flew out there. So that's real.
So
especially in today's generation, man.
Let me find the Kanye Twitter storm, because that was what I thought I found. I had something else pulled up. Okay, he said,
we all needed help.
I know. And we shouldn't laugh, because I think he does have, some issues he has to sort out. But I just, these tweets are kind of nuts. I want to go ahead and share them. It's pulling up now.
Yeah, let's go over those.
So, Chance, go ahead. I mean, Gary, where you at on this, too?
Gary, go first.
Gary, go ahead, man.
I mean, one thing I'll definitely say is with I think it was an opioid issue. Just him even being on those and then getting off. Like, I even heard, reports that, like, even Kim, Chris trying to get him help. I can see it. Like, he, at this point in time, like, he definitely needs it. It's a mixed bag of the things he says. Like, he'll go on a rant one time and I'm like, okay, I feel it. He'll reverse course, say something completely different. And I'm like, oh, hold on. I mean, I think he needs help.
Yeah. So some of the tweets that he tweeted that he deleted, Kim tried to bring a doctor to lock me up with a doctor. Everybody knows the movie Get Out is about me. Chris, don't play with me. You and that Kanye are not allowed around my children. Y'all tried to lock me up.
He's talking about the dude that looks just like him. That's Chris's. Kanye.
Kim was trying to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up, like on the movie Get Out, because I cried about saving my daughter's life yesterday.
Hey, man, he just speaking his mind, bro. You know.
If I get locked up like Nick Bella, y'all know why.
You know why, bro? He was breaking out of his MK Ultra. Like, he was breaking out of that shit. I feel like when people, manic episode and like bipolarness. Nigga, nobody in this world is normal. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, all of us are like a little off. It's up top. You know what I'm saying? You say, "Oh, I'm normal." Like, what the fuck is normal?
There is no normal.
Now I know some of y'all think that, and it continued there. Y'all can see on the Complex, they got an article that they caught all the tweets. Here's a nice image for y'all. If y'all are on the YouTube, you're lucky. If you're listening, check it out on the YouTube.
Yeah, check it out.
Then he also tweeted the definition of righteous indignation, but it looked like he searched righteous indignation. So I don't
My
know,
thing
man.
is,
Like,
man, yeah, I know it's all over the place, but
but then look,
once again,
the last thing he tweeted, Donda coming this Friday.
yeah, that's gonna be dope. But once again, man, music, no music. I'm still gonna ride for Kanye. I'm not gonna write him off. I'm not gonna
Right.
be like the masses and like talk shit and go in. You know, everybody. That's easy to do. No, it's easy to do. Masses, because that just like once they're in the whole monkey see, monkey do. Like if I don't agree with something, my thing is like we got to get out this. If we don't agree with something, we should just automatically attack.
All right. Can I start and give my take?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you something, Joc. Do you think that like people that are like not agreeing with Kanye are just like group thinking to not agree with him, and
Nope.
like you're thinking that we no?
I just think
So you're thinking that like someone like me like that is not going for any of this bullshit is not just like individually thinking?
No, so I think you're individually thinking, but what I'm saying is you don't have to be disrespectful if you don't agree with.
I'm not being disrespectful.
I'm
First
not
of all,
saying you,
let me start here. Let me just give my take on it, on everything on Kanye, guys. So, all right, as someone who's battled, me personally, that nigga Chance has battled with drug addiction, mental problems, like been into like hospitals, checked himself in, all that shit like that. Committed to all that type of shit. Who's been through what Kanye is going through, right? Or that we think that he's going through, right? Has dealt with all of these issues, everything from the drug abuse to the, all that shit. All this is a cry for attention. It is to sell his album. This is nothing. Okay, if Kanye wants help or if he needs help, first of all, okay, Kanye obviously does need help. We can all agree with that, right? That he does need help, right?
So.
In some type of way or form, right?
I mean,
Kanye doesn't want help because Kanye can afford all the help he can get. All right? Kanye does not want help. You know what I'm saying? Like if he really felt that he needed it and that it would be good for him, he would fucking pay for it and do whatever it is that he has to do. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want it. Now, with that being said, hold on, wait. Let me finish my thought. Like, Donda's coming out on Friday, right? First of all, Kanye doesn't have to do any of this to sell records, right? So like at the same time, while I'm saying that this is to sell records, at the same time, I don't believe that it is because he doesn't have to do this shit to sell records. He could just drop some shit like out of nowhere with no promotion and it's going to sell. You know what I'm saying? People are going to go to it because people love Kanye. I love Kanye. You know what I'm saying? I love Kanye's music. Now, I'm not going to say that I love Kanye the person because I could separate the two. I could separate the artist from the persona. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I do think, now don't think that I'm always just ragging on Kanye or anything like that because, I mean, Kanye's doing this to himself. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's putting out. He's the one that had the rally, that held the rally. If Kanye doesn't, if Kanye can't structure his thoughts to where he's, like he's trying to say something, but he can't say it or whatever, then he's just the fuck up. Write that shit down. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking artist. He's written songs before. Like, put this in your music. That's the best way that you could communicate, right? You don't have to do these rants and shit like that. This is all attention crybaby whore shit. Like that's what it is. Like his wife trying to get him help, and he's tweeting about he doesn't want fucking help, guys. This is like it is. I don't understand why people are like buying into this shit. Why people are feeling fucking sorry for this guy. Fuck this dude.
Do you think that's why he calls it a superpower?
Music, huh?
Do you think that's why he calls it a superpower?
His bipolar?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it can be. No, I get that shit. Because it can be your superpower. Like, because I mean, fuck, he's manipulating the shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? To where a lot of us are like, oh shit, Kanye really needs help. It's like, oh shit, like what's going on with Kanye? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on everyone's mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're old, young, short, or tall. Like it's just that. Dude, I'm just tired of the fucking antics. I'm tired of this 6ix9ine trolling, this clout chasing way of like that people get attention. That's not the way to get attention out of these. Someone like Kanye doesn't have to do any of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does it. I've been through everything that he's talking about. I don't have $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? I'm broke as fuck. I have no insurance doing this shit, going through this shit. So you miss me with that he needs help shit. No, he doesn't, because he doesn't want help. He's not mental. He's in his right fucking mind. And that's his right fucking mind. That's what he thinks. The Harriet Tubman shit, dude. Like, well, first of all, what evidence do you have any of that? Yeah, okay, like, maybe he's right about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, why would he even bring that up? You're just ranting. You're just talking. He's not even making any fucking sense. Fuck that dude. I'm not going for that shit anymore. I'm done.
All right, so I just want to say like something that you brought up about the whole like and that was a good take. You know, that's how you feel. I can tell you passionate about that. My thing is when you mentioned the whole like, you know, he doesn't want help. You know, he can get help, but I feel like just as me speaking like as a black person, you know, I can't speak for y'all too.
I'm black too,
we're all
Jack.
different and stuff. I mean, I know you are, brother. We're still different. You know what I mean? So like, what I'm about to say though is like, we've been taught to like, don't seek help, don't go to therapy. You know, we just figure
That's
this
not
shit
true
out.
at all.
Like
I checked
can you
myself
let me
into
finish
hospital.
though? Like this is just my opinion. This is my opinion, bro. So like, I know me. I'm talking from my personal experience too. Like, we've been taught we go through shit, we deal with it. You know, as a man, you deal with it. You just fucking pull your nuts up, deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Going to therapy, that shit's weak. Don't do that. That's for white people.
Actually,
And that shit like our whole fucking life. Me personally, once again, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for y'all once again. I'm talking for me, you know? So with saying like you know what you said with the whole like he doesn't want help, it just goes back to that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it just
goes back to what?
As I just said it. Like as black people, as I just told you,
You're generalizing something that's a personal
because it's
thing.
true.
There's three
But
black
if you're-
people.
I think
There's
you're
three black
generalizing
people in
opposite
this
too, though.
this
I think
pod
what's
right
fair
now.
to say is different strokes for different folks. Different people have different ways of being raised.
Then why are you saying black people though? Like
he's saying it's a common
generalization.
thing with black people.
No, Chance, like, because it is a common thing, bro. That's why I'm saying it. What do you mean?
Yeah, there are plenty of things that are common within races.
We've been told not to go to therapy, like our whole like.
Who's
when you get
told
older,
you that?
see, bro, the fucking world. What do you mean? Like, look, stuff that we go through on a day-to-day basis. We all go through stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we told like, when you were young. Okay, let me say this. Okay, when you were younger, and Gary, you were younger. Did y'all parents instill like, hey, therapy is good. Go to therapy if you have issues. Like, was that instilled in y'all?
Yes.
It was.
But let's let Gary Chance. You clearly didn't have that experience. Let's try to figure out people that did have that experience.
Yeah, I mean, it was all case by case. I mean, in my instance, like my parents did go, you know what I mean, for different things. So it was already kind of like a commonality. But like I get what you're saying, Joc. Like from generation to generation, most black people did not go to therapy. Yes, that's correct. But also see what Chance is trying to say. That like he has the bread, he can afford to do it. People are trying to give him help, but he's not trying to take it, and that's all. Like, but yeah, like as far as the racial like caveat or like the background behind us as people, yeah, that has been a thing for years, for sure.
If you look at like the Hispanic side,
I'll give you that. That is true.
Like with Hispanic, like there's like a lot of racism between Hispanic. Like, oh, you're not our country.
Oh, you're too moreno. Yeah, you're too dark.
Right, but it's not like, okay, that's the same for
Filipinos.
all. But I mean, I get if people have that experience, that is a common thing among the Hispanic community.
Because even me, I've been
okay. I'm sorry, Jack. I will say that with like I do agree with you about the it is kind of in our culture, not only with therapy, but like not even going to the doctor. Like black people, we really don't trust doctors. Things like that. That's what you're trying to say, right? Like we don't trust the system enough to get the help, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's something that's like a myth at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bullshit. You know, like we have to stop general. That's something that we as a people have to stop doing. We have to stop saying that, oh, black people don't do this, black people don't do that, black people do this, black people do that, because everyone is an individual. You know what I mean? Like we do, yes. Like what you're saying is absolutely true,
but if
in a way. But
if it's backed by data that says this, hey, this is a thing. Like, it's not like that's just a thing pulled out of your ass, you know, like, and I get you don't want to feed into it, but if he's saying that exists, that existed. I think the biggest
it does exist. So I don't
we're also
disagree
talking
with you
about
there.
somebody that has like personality disorders too, though. Like, I think he has he's got a paranoia. He doesn't trust anybody or anything or any system. Through his music, I mean, you see there's an identity crisis. There's never a consistent tone or message. Clearly, he's got issues with that, too. So if you've got somebody that's paranoid like this, that adds a completely different layer of complexity. You don't trust people. You might not take the help. I mean, and again, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. None of us are qualified to speak on it. But, I mean, I get like, hey, I think Chance, you clearly think he's just looking for attention. I also get on the other side, maybe he needs help and he doesn't realize he needs help, you know? I mean, there's just a lot of different complexities to it, I guess.
Right. Well, you kind of bring it around
talking about it, though. So
right. You kind of bring it around full circle, though. You actually kind of bring it around full circle with what you just said with the consistency in his music. And it kind of brought it around full circle to what Joc was saying about him missing his mom. Because there actually was consistency in his music in his first 3 albums. You know, and then after that, is when he lost his mom, and then that's when we got like the 808s, and you know what I'm saying, like that the change in where it was a different sound every album. So I will say that yes, like we're not really arguing, you know what I'm saying. We obviously have different takes of how we feel about Kanye or whatever, but we're all kind of saying the same thing. You know, like it is like it does go back to the mama thing. You know what I'm saying. There's a lot of complexities in that, but the guy he can get the help if he really needs it. But he, like you said, I don't think he wants it. Or maybe he doesn't even know that he wants. You know what I'm saying? There's complexities in that. But he can definitely get it. He's kind of. I mean, I'm sure it'll be offered to him. Right. He doesn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, and
I think Joc cut out.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on from Kanye.
Well.
Sure, and like
we love Kanye though. I still love my dude.
I'm gonna listen to it too when it comes out.
I'm definitely gonna listen to Donda.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're back.
Can y'all hear me?
You're back. I mean, we'll have to get into the MK Ultra thing like in a future episode.
Yeah. No, just one thing I want to say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not even. Yeah, it's not even that. Just one quick thing, and like. One thing too, guys, and I know this now too, you know, just as, you know, a Black person, like, it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to, like, talk through that shit. You know, don't feel like you have to, like, be strong and, like, just deal with it yourself. Like, talk to people and let people know, like, what's going on with you. Like, if you really have some issues and stuff, like, try to seek professional help or try to let somebody know you need help if you don't know all the right answers, you know? So
no doubt, because like tell you the truth, as someone who's like actually gone to therapy and everything like that, the only reason why I stopped going is because my insurance lapsed. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know, being employed, shit like that. But like it is expensive, but it's fun. If you can find you a good psychiatrist, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I loved my psychiatrist. Like, if I'm going back to her as soon as I get some insurance, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun. Like, sitting in that chase down, talking to someone that's a stranger, but that you can, you know, you can open up to, because like they're being open, you know, to actually listening. Like, that's their job to do. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. Like you'll get out so much in 2 or 3 sessions. You'll feel so much better about yourself. So Black people, you know what I'm saying, or anyone that, you know, is kind of scared to seek professional help.
Did it was cool for me.
Seek it. It's fun. It's great. I've done couples therapy. I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fun, dude. I mean, seriously, I'll take it a step further. If y'all have insurance and you're like kind of feeling down on yourself or whatever, check yourself into a good mental hospital. That shit's fun too. Swear to God.